US President Joe Biden has set out plans for a $2 trillion programme of infrastructure spending. He's called it a once-in-a-generation investment that will create millions of jobs while giving roads, utilities and American industry a badly needed upgrade. A big claim from the US president. The plan's been compared with his predecessor Franklin Roosevelt's New Deal following the Great Depression of the 1930s. But Biden's programme is also facing tough opposition.
Road builders in the U.S. will soon have plenty of work to do. Infrastructure in the world's largest economy is in poor condition across the board. Be it roads, power or water mains, and many key industries have long since moved abroad. With his $2 trillion package, U.S. President Joe Biden wants to give the entire country a makeover.
I'm proposing a plan for the nation that rewards work, not just rewards wealth. It builds a fair economy that gives everybody a chance to succeed, and it's going to create the strongest, most resilient, innovative economy in the world.
His administration plans on modernizing 32,000 kilometers of road while repairing thousands of bridges. 500,000 new charging stations will be built to accommodate the ever-growing number of electric vehicles. Biden also wants to bring industries such as chip production back to the United States. Today, computer chips are still mostly produced in Asia. The whole project is expected to take 8 years to complete. Some of the funding will come from a corporate tax hike from 21% to 28%. Biden's supporters say the program will create millions of well-paid jobs and strengthen America's ability to compete with China. But Republicans in Congress are already voicing opposition, especially towards the corporate tax increase. Biden's predecessor slashed the rates by 14 percentage points to their current level.
Well, let's delve even deeper into this with our correspondent in New York, Jens Korte. Jens, what's the business reaction been to this plan and that corporate tax hike that comes with it?
Well, I mean, we won't see any ribbon-cutting projects like the Golden Gate Bridge or the Hoover Dam, but still $2 trillion, it's a lot of money, and that could be a boom for certain industry. You already mentioned semiconductors. If you look back at the early 90s, 37% of the global computer chips were made in the United States. Now that's down to about 12%, so you can imagine that those chip companies could profit. Then some charging stations will be built, tens of thousands in the United States. So that could be pretty good for the overall EV market. We actually also saw those stocks gaining here in the Wednesday session. But also if we think about all those bridges, roads, infrastructure in IT, so the building industry overall could also profit. And it was interesting to see that the stock market actually toyed around with new records, at least for the S&P 500. And I find that interesting because if you look back at the Trump tax cuts, the market was excited. So now we're talking about possible tax hikes, and still the stock market basically trades to the upside.
Jens, you've been in the US for a while, if you don't mind me saying. You've seen some presidents come and go, a lot of them making big promises on infrastructure. Is there any reason to believe that Biden is going to be the one to see that through?
Well, that really remains to be seen, because it's not only up to Congress or to the president to actually get this whole project rolling. It also depends on the states. I remember back then when Barack Obama announced the new infrastructure projects, railroads, high-speed trains, for example, in Florida. Back then it was the governor of Florida who actually denied to accept those projects and the money. So we will really have to wait and see if the states, so the several states here in the United States, will play along, and then clearly also he has to bring this whole package through Congress. So we will see if that will work out. The idea is that if possible, Joe Biden would like to see that package getting through Congress by 4th of July.
Jens Korte in New York. Thanks for bringing us up to date.